So I'm going to talk about lighting in this next segment, and lighting is really important, and this is the way that most people would potentially shoot something with lighting in, is that they would light the background, and they would have the lights in the room on, for example, and this creates a problem because really you're the subject matter, so you want the main content to be the thing that's lit the best, basically. So you want you the subject to be lit up really well, and not the background. Right now, the background is lit up, and this idea about highlighting the subject, the most important thing, there's two aspects to it. So one is lighting, the second is focus. So for example, if I was focused on the background, everyone would know that that's not how you're supposed to film it. But the way this is lit, it's kind of like that. The focus is on the background, not on the subject, which is wrong. So you want to have the focus on the subject, and you want to have the lighting on the subject, on the subject, and the focus is important as well, because if the background, for example, if I was standing right next to that background, well, then that background is no longer background. It's kind of foreground, and then so you need to have some distance between the person and the background. But we'll get into that on the second stage, because that's a bit of compositing. But let's look at the lighting. So I've got a light setup here that's just bounced off. So I'm standing with this camera in front of me, and behind that is a blind where I normally have a window. So you could, if it's the problem is it's dark outside now, but I've just got a light bouncing off my backdrop to simulate light coming through my window. So if it was daytime, I would just use the window, and I would get very good results just talking to the camera in front of the window, because now the window becomes my light box, and then I can have a darker background by turning off the light. So I'm going to turn off the light, and you'll see the difference. So now that's with the light off, and you can see straight away I am the main subject, and this looks more cinematic. I've got some light set up as well, and it's always nice to have just some soft lighting in the background. This is my garage, which it's been converted to a therapy room. That's why I've got these fairy lights at the back here. So just with a little tweak, make sure your lighting is on the subject and not the background. You're going to get beautiful looking footage every single time, and not only that, but also the focus. Make sure the focus is on your subject. But we'll talk about that in the second part.